Hello Libra, this is Mary Elizabeth with Sacred Love Tarot, and this is your July 2023 tarot forecast. I hope this reading finds you happy, well, and living in an attitude of gratitude. So let's get right into it and see what July has for you. We have patience, rest, and rejuvenation. So whatever it is that you're working on, Libra, you're being guided to have a little bit of patience. Allow yourself to breathe. Just breathe. Allow yourself to rest. Allow yourself to build back up to where you desire to be in order to step into what you're trying to achieve and receive. Right? When we are tired and exhausted, and when we are insecure and we are doubtful, it makes it very hard for us to focus on what we're trying to manifest, what we're trying to achieve, right? So Spirit is asking you to have patience. And if that's not enough, Spirit is also asking you to calm yourself, to rest, to ground, to rejuvenate, to take your time. So let's see what Spirit is. So the first card is action. So after your resting and your rejuvenation, it is time for you to take a little bit of action. It's time for you to bring a little bit of balance into your life. It's time for you to, it's time for you to, and here's the interesting thing about the action cards. So we have a black and a white horse. The white horse is peace and the black horse is power. So we have rest and rejuvenation, and we have action. We have peace and tranquility, and we have power, and we have assertiveness. So I think what Spirit is desiring you to do is to bring a little bit of both into your life. So bring a little bit of stability and a little bit of balance and a little bit of patience. There are people, and the envy card is very interesting, because the person who is envious of what you're capable of doing could have the same exact thing if they just stepped beyond their envy, if they stepped beyond their insecurities and uncertainties. But they desire not to do so. They desire to wish bad things upon you and to be envious of you, and not to be in a place of gratitude or happiness for what you have for you, so they can have what they want for them. And it brings about this unnecessary time of harshness, right? But you also have the rest and rejuvenation and the patience card. So while everybody is going through this turmoil of the action that you are taking, you could also be resting and rejuvenating and tapping into a little bit of patience and a little bit of timing, a little bit of balance, a little bit of stability, and not really worry about what other people think. And I think that is great advice on any level. If we give too much consideration of what other people think, we are taking away from the time and consideration that we can be putting into what we want, need, desire, and the actions that we need to take. So don't get so invested in other people, I guess is what the message is here. All right. So here we go. One card fell off my lap and onto the floor. It is the 10 of Swords. Then we have the 5 of Swords. So there's a lot of mental stuff going on here, right? It almost feels like that whomever this envious person was did a number on you, backstabbed, deceived, spoke behind your back, hurt you in a very intimate way, and feeling wise in a very intimate way. So your course of action is to go in like balls to the wall and just kind of take care of business and take care of everything. And with the 5 of Swords, it's like this feeling that I have to defeat, right? I have to defeat the person who caused me this anguish and this pain and this heartache, and I have to defeat the person who caused me sadness and caused me happiness, and who caused not caused you happiness but took your happiness away, and that isn't, I don't feel like that's the best course of action, Libra. I don't feel like retaliation is the best course of action here, because retaliation takes a lot of time It takes a lot of time and energy and effort. And I don't think that's the action that Spirit is talking about. I don't think Spirit is talking about that you have to retaliate and like against like here with the Envy card. And the Storm card now makes sense, because if you're going into this in the mindset of destroy and destruction, and if you think that that's the action you need to take against those who hurt you, who deceived you, who lied, who backstabbed you, that's a lot of energy and a lot of effort to put into something that in the end won't make a difference. That's a lot of energy to put into something in the end that doesn't solve the problem. It just creates bigger ones. So I kind of feel like the action that Spirit is asking you to take is to be kind to yourself, to show yourself a little bit of compassion, and to work towards your dreams coming true, not to work towards retaliation or revenge, because it takes so much energy to retaliate. It takes so much. Chaos takes so much energy. So much energy. Compassion takes... the difference between the energy that compassion takes and the energy that chaos takes or revenge takes are just two very different. The energy that revenge and destruction and chaos takes, it's this leaving you dazed and confused, right? The energy that it takes to bring compassion and empathy to a situation by using your intuition, by connecting to a higher power, brings about a sense of calmness, a sense of love, a sense of groundedness, right? And it leaves you open to manifesting dreams, manifesting desires, right? You could be spending time manifesting wonderful things in your life while you're out there causing chaos and harshness and retaliation for what someone did to you, right? Sometimes we as humans get very much involved in things that other people do, especially if they're done toward us, right? And we have the choice to retaliate, take the action, or we have the choice to take the action of following our intuition and coming from a place of compassion and empathy and turning toward our dreams and desires and our manifestations and visualizations, and allowing our path to guide us down on a course of beauty and love and light and tranquility and abundance and peace, right? So there's a decision that you have to make here, Libra, that no one else is making for you. You have an opportunity of moving forward into a time of abundance, something that's not quite ready to get off the ground yet, but with the actions that you take, it very much could be a significant time of success for you. The Page of Wands brings messages of excitement and passion and creativity and growth, right? So you have decided to follow the path of compassion and empathy and use your intuition. You have decided to take the action of moving forward and focusing on your dreams, and that this becomes a reality in the form of manifesting an opportunity that could be spot on for you. And the message, if it is or isn't, comes in very, 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 very quickly. Now, if it is, that is a great thing, but if it isn't, that means that there's opportunity for something else, something more. And the Queen of Swords is just so very fertile, and she's just so very stable and balanced and pointing toward the future. And she's so very adamant about what she wants, needs, and desires, and very adamant about how she's going to create it. So this isn't the Queen of Swords isn't a person who would give her time and or energy to retaliation. She would take the actions that she needs to come into a place of stability and balance, and then do what she has to do to put herself where she needs to be to create this dream come true reality. She is not one to be caught up in the storm. She is not one to be caught up thinking of ways to retaliate against people who may have hurt her or did her wrong. She is more evolved than that. And now I'm not saying that there isn't a part of her that would love to. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that she knows what's on the line if she went in the opposite direction that this is guiding her to. We have the Seven of Pentacles, and this is building that nest egg for the future. This is seeing the fruit of your labor come true, right? The Seven of Pentacles is, it's you taking care of what needs to be taken care of, you doing the leg work, Spirit doing their part, and the two of you together creating this nest egg of abundance and prosperity that you can be very, very proud of. And then we have the Two of Wands, and the Two of Wands is you holding the world in the palm of your hands and imagining your best life, your best outcome, right? I want to hold on for a second. I want to get something. Hold on. Okay, now say for instance, this crystal ball was the world, and if you were to look into it, because you can, what would you imagine? What would you see for yourself? Now, imagine that, and then use the power that you have within yourself to manifest and create, to create it. Stop worrying about the trials and tribulations of others. Stop worrying about the insecurities and doubts of others. Stop worrying about the enviness and the pettiness of others. It has absolutely nothing to do with you. There's nothing that's going to change what this other person did, and there's nothing that is going to change the course of action that they will have to deal with when it comes back around to them. You can, however, change your course of action. That's what you're responsible for. And your course of action looks like this. So don't give your attention where your attention isn't needed. This has nothing to do with you. So your desire to retaliate in whatever way it is, in deep down or in your mind or whatever, just leave that to the wind. I'll be right back. Let me put this away. Okay, so let's see. And our last card is the Page of Pentacles. So there is absolutely something new for you coming in. And as I said before in the beginning, it takes a lot of energy to take the action of retaliation. It takes a lot of energy to involve yourself in this storm warning just because someone did something that you didn't agree with or didn't appreciate. You have a lot, your time would be better used using your intuition, connecting to spirit, showing the situation a little bit of compassion and empathy. Because remember, there may have been times in your life where you were envious over someone else, and you said things that may not have been that may not have put you in a very complimentary light. And now put yourself in the position of someone else and ask, you know, Put yourself in the position, walk a mile in somebody else's shoes who may feel as if they've busted their ass and busted their ass and busted their ass and not been able to manifest their dreams and desires, and here you are taking the action to do. Now, it's not your responsibility to hold their hand and to walk them through it. It is not your responsibility to be responsible for their shortcomings or failures. It is also not conducive to your happiness and growth to take the action of retaliation. You don't know what that person is going through. You don't know how they feel. All you know is that they did something or said something about you, and now you're feeling kind of pissy about it, and everything within you wants to do A, B, or C, but you are more evolved than that. You recognize and understand that your time would be better given to creating something of substance in your life than creating more chaos. Trust in spirit, trust in yourself. Everything that's happening here, and you know the truth. You know the truth. You see the truth. You see the truth for what it is, and you trust it. You trust the truth in yourself, and you trust who you are. And whatever this is, whatever is going on here is a part of your life purpose. Perhaps maybe you have to go through this situation in order to see the truth about yourself, and in order to trust spirit, trust yourself, trust who you really are as a spirit having this human experience, and this human having this spiritual experience, right? So we can trust that the best course of action is, and we can trust that the truth about oneself is how you feel about yourself, or what you think about yourself, or how you react to this situation, right? It is best to take a step back and look at this from a different perspective and trust what you see, as opposed to jumping into it and causing more chaos and disturbance than is needed. This affects the action that you take, affects your life purpose, affects who you are, affects your path. Choose wisely, my friend. Talk soon.